I don't want people to think like, oh, we're reading Stalin's poetry. We're advocating Stalin's poetry. Like any frustrated artist, it should have been encouraged.
Okay, well, here's one. What ails you, tender snail? No. Fucking no, sorry.
Red,
what ails you, tender snail?
Red, you said you were going to get glasses. Why are you holding the computer so close to your
Because I
fucking
need glasses. Because I haven't got glasses.
Get them.
Well, I haven't gotten them. Maybe you need glasses because you can't see I haven't got them.
I do need glasses.
I'm
but
trying
not
to
as
read
bad as
Stalin's poem.
you. Okay, read it.
What ails you,
Wait,
tender
what's it
snail?
called, the poem?
The Stalin variations. I don't know. Fucking whatever. The Colorado. No, that's just the website. It doesn't matter what it's called. It's about the words. But yeah, it's a good book if you read it. You want to check that out. But a real piece of shit. And that's all I have to say on him.
Wow.
If anyone was on the fence about Stalin before today, I mean, the poems are good.
The poem was barely legible. You didn't know what it was called. And we weren't sure when you were reading the poem and when you weren't.
The Year Is with Red and Bobby.
Welcome to The Year Is Podcast, the podcast where every week we go back to a year in history and we talk about the weirdest, the most interesting, the strangest things from that year. But this episode is a special episode.
Is it?
Well, because it's an episode where I haven't done any research and you've done all the research.
Which happens once every other week.
Yeah, but when that happens...
Mm-hmm. This is a myth that happens, and I don't think it does.
The audience is often let down. Because so oftentimes you say, I've done all of it.
You know, our listen-through rate for when you do the research is 70% lower.
You made that up.
I completely
You're just
did.
making up lies.
I'm sure it is if we looked. But we don't have to look, because it's not a competition. It's a team effort.
It is a team effort.
Me, you, and the wonderful Jody.
The faceless man.
The faceless Jody.
Jody's still recovering from his burns, sadly.
Yeah, when he set fire to the family.
He set another fire. That's what the
Oh, he's
reality.
done it again.
Yeah, he did it again. So
he's out of control.
He is. Hopefully, the police never listen to this podcast. Because there is a series of fires, and we know who's done it.
And he can't stop himself.
No.
I what's been going? Oh yeah, filmed my comedy special last week. It was fun. Jody brought two guys, let them in for free. They didn't laugh once and stared at me the whole time. Thanks for that, Jody. There's a few smilers in the audience as well. And you just go, why? Why are you here?
No, you could have said. It
What?
went great.
It went great. It did go well. But I
like that you're
look at the
announcing
negatives first.
You're announcing to your fan base that you filmed a special.
Yeah.
Okay, what's he gonna say about it first? It must have went great. Where are we gonna find it on Netflix? There was a couple people in the audience who weren't laughing. Oh, good. That's peak Red.
Yes, I focus on those faces.
Focus
on the bad. But no, it went well. It went well. And that'll be coming out anytime in the next month. So if you
Red's not gonna actually announce when he releases
Yeah.
it. He's gonna put it up, and if you find it, it's a gift to you. But it's only a gift to the people who are willing to keep looking
search out
every
for it.
12 hours.
Yeah. I'm not going to drop the special. I'm going to gently place it.
Yes.
On YouTube.
Yeah, it's a treasure hunt. He's not even actually going to put his name in the title.
You know when a girl gives in movies they give their number to a guy and they leave out one number so he has to work for it.
Yeah.
That's like this.
Yeah, he's gonna give a really unappealing title.
Yeah.
Something just like
I thought it was funny.
Yeah. Not even a comedy title, just like women being sexually harassed in Qatar. That's going to be the title
on YouTube.
His
That would probably get
special.
loads of views, unfortunately,
and likes.
Yeah, but if you watch it, please share it with people because I need it, and it's cost me a lot of money.
Red.
This is the worst way anyone's ever announced.
Another comedian would say, I'm dropping my special. I put loads into it. I'd really appreciate if you shared it, guys. Red says, it's cost me lots of money. Please.
Not good.
That's how I feel, though. That's how we all feel.
Of course. I was at an industry event last night, and there's producers, and they're like, how are you doing? It's like, really, really desperate, actually.
Yeah. I don't have anywhere to sleep tonight.
Yeah. Can you buy me a pint?
Not even a meal, a pint.
Yeah.
The fact that when you have no money and ask for a pint, it's so
Yeah.
much sadder than asking for food.
Don't worry, I'm doing a clearance sale at Sainsbury's tonight.
But that's how we all feel. Like whenever you're in a job interview and they're like, "Why do you want this job?" It's like if anyone was ever honest in a job interview, they just say, "Please, please give me this job.
Yeah.
I don't want it, but I need it. Please."
Yeah.
That's every job interview.
Also, when it's like a shit job and they're like, why do you? And you go, well, I'm hardworking, I'm competent. It's like, if you're all those things, you wouldn't fucking be here now.
I'm a warm body.
Yeah.
That moves and has the ability to take simple instructions. What
Yes.
else do you want?
What do you want? Yeah. Yeah. It's very interesting.
Like, it's weird because a job like that, if you had someone who was smart
Mhm.
and honest, they wouldn't get the job. Someone who's dumb and confident would.
Yeah. What's it when people are like, I'm a perfectionist, or my only problem is I work too hard? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I need to give myself time. I think that's my weakness. But it's weird when they ask you weaknesses. You're like, get fucked. Who cares? Do you know what I mean? Like,
That's for you to figure out in 6 months.
Yeah, that's for you to work out.
Yeah, you'll work that out. But by the time you do, I'll be so ingratiated in the company, it'll be hard to fire me.
Yeah, what are you? I'm actually a thief. I can't help it. I have
I'm well endowed, but I always meet women with tiny pussies. That's my biggest weakness, is my inability to fuck the women who will fuck me because of my big sloppy clown cock.
Did you see that man, the man with the biggest willy in the world? And he's manic depressive because whenever he gets an erection, he faints because of the amount of blood.
I remember that guy, and he wears the sock over the penis.
Yeah, and he goes, the only women that would sleep with me are the sort of women you don't want to go near. Poor man.
Yeah, it's a tough life.
Well, he can't. He says every time he gets an erection, people laugh at him and then he faints.
But it would happen. The thing is, if a normal man gets an erection, they can just do a little tuck. No one ever knows. That guy gets an erection. Everybody's like,
yeah.
Okay, well, there's a tent. You have a tent.
Yes.
There's a tent.
And if he gets like a random one at Christmas, and he goes, oh no, it's happening.
He can never go to a morning funeral.
No.
He can never go to opening presents Christmas
He
morning.
just gets a huge erection, then faints into the coffin. face first into the Christmas turkey. Oh shit. Someone opens a calendar and it's like Kelly Brook calendar. He's like, no.
Please. Please.
Yeah, tough life.
I wonder if when that guy's dead, do they mention it at his funeral, you know? He had a huge cock, but a bigger heart.
Yeah. Well, they go, his life was ruined by obstacles, you know?
Yeah, that he tripped over daily.
Yeah. Yeah, it's tough. They must mention it, really.
If I was the TV producer, I would get him and a guy with a micro penis and put them on a road trip.
Yeah. Yeah, two different problems.
Yeah, because also just them naked beside each other would be interesting.
Yeah,
I want to know what's going on.
Did you see that documentary about the guys who sleep with cars?
I remember I don't know if I saw it, but I do remember hearing about a guy who liked to fuck cars.
Yeah. And he's got this car and he brings this other guy along with him and he goes, you can come with me as long as you promise you will not fuck my car. And the guy goes, I promise I won't. And they're staying in a motel. And the other guy creeps out of bed.
That can't be real.
This is real. And he comes out and he's fucking his car. And he goes, you told me you wouldn't. And the guy's just like, I couldn't help myself.
Wait, so they both like to fuck cars?
Yeah. And he lets him come along on the trip in his favorite car on the condition he doesn't fuck his car.
How do you find someone who likes to fuck cars? I guess a forum.
Online, online.
In a pre-internet world, those two people would have never met.
I've got a joke about this in my special, didn't I, Jody? So that will come out very soon.
Oh, yeah. But the title, to be determined. It might just be random Chinese lettering.
Yeah, I could just
so
do
if
that.
even though YouTube isn't even in China, so it's only really will be able to be found if you can type Chinese lettering and you're a Chinese expat.
Calligraphy.
Cantonese, not Mandarin. I think there's less Cantonese speakers than Mandarin, so it's quite niche.
Oh, idea. Okay. Interesting.
The title.
Have you heard that Christianity is becoming extinct in this country?
Okay,
No, I'm just. But what's funny about that is it's just because no one's religious anymore.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's just like, who cares?
Yeah.
But yeah,
I'd love to buy an old church at some point
yeah.
and just do gross things in it,
Well, turn it into a.
like a sex club. Did I tell you I did a gig in a church?
No.
It was a cool gig, and then the vicar was a gay man, had a husband,
Mm-hmm.
and I was so confused for about 10 minutes because I just don't read that much about like modern Christianity. I didn't realize gay people were allowed to be vicars.
Yeah, I think it's very recent, like the last 20 years. I
Yeah.
remember there was a big. Yeah, I think it was like the first one.
But it is weird to me because like it is a pretty, in the Bible, it does seem like it's pretty clear.
Yeah, if I read that book, I wouldn't go. This is for
Yeah, I don't. But I guess whatever.
Yeah.
Gay people deserve religion too. If they, I get if I could believe,
Mm-hmm.
if I could convince myself,
Yeah.
like it is the best sales pitch ever, guys. Come with us, and you'll live forever.
Yes, and also will abscond you of the bad you've done.
Religions before that, I don't think had. I think that was maybe I'm wrong, but that was like the Christianity. Seems like it was the one that pushed the afterlife the hardest.
Yeah,
Which is
that's pretty nice. And
pretty
you go,
good
well,
marketing.
it sucks here, but if I just obey my Lord, I'm gonna be Hugh Hefner in the sky.
That's so. It's the best way to control people.
Of course.
What a great way to control
Yeah,
people.
it's fantastic.
Just be a good little
And you go,
peasant.
your crops didn't go, but that's not our fault. It's because you're a fucking bad person.
Yeah, it's all
God
you.
hates you. I'd be a Roman Catholic.
Okay.
Because I think it's because you just get to go in on Sunday and go, look, I've had a pretty shocking week morally, and then you're fine.
You have the guilt of a Catholic. Too.
Yeah.
Because you always feel guilty about things. But
Yeah,
then
yeah.
You've never done anything.
No, I need to just I could do with confession actually. Can you just go in and talk and then just not be involved?
I think.
know.
Well, I think they ask. I think you'd have to lie and say you're a Catholic.
Yeah, that's not hard.
Yeah.
And then I'd feel guilty about that.
Yeah. You could film a prank show.
I might just join ISIS. That seems like the the least complicated version.
I feel like half of the confessions must be just people going in pretending they're confessing and then being like, "Yeah, I'm a pedophile. What do you
Oh.
think about that?" Then they got the priest like, "Yeah, me too." And then they gotcha.
Yeah. It'd be a good place if you were a cop.
It would be.
Is that in The Simpsons or something? I swear I've seen something like that where, because you could just sit on the other side, and go, "Hey, Father, you know that young lad who's gone missing? That was me." And then it's just the police. The police get him.
I thought you meant the police go in and confess just to get the priests. To
No.
confess
Well,
to what they've
I
been
meant
up
that
to.
just policeman pretends to be the priest.
That's also that's
In a
smarter
small
move.
community, that would work.
Yes.
And you'd recognise the voice. You go, "Oh, that's Farmer John. He's a naughty boy." Anyway, are you ready for this episode? We're
Yeah.
going back to 1913.
I like that movie 1917. So this is like 4 prequels behind that.
Yeah, that movie is the name of a year, and we're doing a year.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm
It's
saying.
like
Yeah.
Really good stuff, Bobby.
Thank you.
Off to a flying start.
Okay.
So, Vincenzo Peruggia
You kind of have to say in 1913 or
in
There we
1913
go. That's
on December 12th.
No, we don't say the date.
4
usually.
years before the film 1917.
Thank you. It gives us a good reference point.
Yeah.
In my mind, the movie 1917 is the new Jesus.
Yeah,
Before
yeah.
1917, after 1917.
Okay.
So this is
62 years before the band 1975.
yeah.
Yeah,
True.
I think it was right maths. I don't know.
No, that wasn't.
No, it wasn't. About 70 years before
About
1984,
okay.
which is a book.
7 years before 1984 would be 1914.
Yeah. Well, I was close enough. Anyway, Vincenzo Peruggia tries to sell the Mona Lisa in Florence and is arrested. So this man stole the Mona Lisa
Okay.
and had it for
Where'd you get it from?
from an art gallery.
Okay.
So what he did is, there's conflicting stories, but a lot of people think he stayed overnight in the gallery. So he was like, walking around, and he just hid behind something.
Or pretended to be a statue.
That's another option. He dressed it like a member of staff. That would be good, yeah. Or a painting. Yeah, and he it's funny because he does look like an art thief. If you have a look at him there.
Yeah, he looks like the Tinder swindler.
If you have a smartphone, Google Vincenzo Peruggia. He's got quite the face for thievery. Oh, phone's going off. Sorry, put it on airplane mode. Anyway, it was described as the greatest art theft of the 20th century. What's funny about it is that the Mona Lisa is 53 centimeters times 77 centimeters. He was only 63 inches tall, 160. So it wouldn't fit under he tried to smuggle out in a smock, but he's too short.
Yeah.
So he's just the painting's nearly his size. So he's just walking around with this painting. And he hid it in his apartment in Paris. And then he contacted an art dealer and said, "Do you want to buy the Mona Lisa?" And the guy said, "I'm calling the police," which is bad because I would have bought it. Imagine having the Mona Lisa. That would be...
But you can't show it to anyone ever.
Well, yeah. Well, you go.
It's only for you to enjoy.
Yeah, weird.
You can never sell
Maybe I
it.
trusted people.
Your grandkids can't even sell it.
No, you've robbed it. But also, how are you planning on selling it? I always wonder, because I've always wanted to steal, a watch or something from a diamond, you know?
Yeah, I would be fine with stealing diamonds, because anyone who has a big pile of diamonds doesn't need the money.
Yeah, but where would you fleece them?
True.
I know nothing about that.
A pawn shop?
What, just go down Brixton and just go, "Hey, I've got the Mona Lisa."
Yeah. Well, you said a diamond in
Yeah.
a pawn shop. The Mona Lisa, it'd have to be a private art dealer, someone who just has
I would think an Arab sheik.
Yeah, somebody who has Hitler's mustache, and
Yeah,
then they'd hang it beside that. Yeah, right before
Hey, this
Hitler
was-
killed himself, he shaved this off and sold it to me. You're like, okay.
This was Hitler's. I want to leave now.
Yeah.
But I could see if you're a billionaire who hates the West, you'd buy an artifact from the West that everyone was looking for. And when you had your top oil baron mates around for dinner, you go, "Guys, do you want to see something?"
Yes.
And they go, "Oh, you've got it. That's amazing."
Yeah, that would be cool.
But he couldn't do it. So he's got this priceless piece of art that you can't actually do anything with. And he's so short that you can barely carry it. He thought because it was stolen by Napoleon, they wanted to take it back to Italy. And that was his excuse. He said it was a piece of Italian art. When actually Da Vinci gave it as a gift, and they were like, "Why didn't you just put it in a museum in Italy? Were you trying to sell it?"
Yeah, that was it.
You're full of shit, buddy.
So they caught him because that guy told the police.
Yeah.
We didn't call. It's 1913, and I don't know if they have phones. Would he call the police? Or
Well,
walk to a police? I guess
Police. Yeah. He just went and told the police. He tried to sell it to an art guy, and it's just but then that guy's obviously "No, because I can't fucking do anything with it either, you know? So you made a bad mistake." He served a year, and then he went to join the Italian army, fought in World War I, and then died at 44. In 1925, he had a daughter. Yeah. The man who stole the Mona Lisa.
I feel like he kind of redeemed himself by fighting in the war.
Yeah.
After that, you kind of be like, well, although wait, he was Italian, so he did fight for the Nazis.
No, because this is First World War.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wait, we're Italy? Oh, Italy.
They became fascist in 1920 early.
Oh, they were on our side.
They had the first far right takeover in Europe. There was back Second World after the First World War when everyone was broke and
Yeah.
everyone was either an extreme communist or a Nazi. So yeah, he fought in that one. But it's weird because the Mona Lisa is a shit painting.
Hot takes on this podcast.
We've been here before. Do you think it's good?
I think you can't judge art by our current standards of art.
Yes, you
have to look at all the paintings that came before and how it's a variation. I think it was probably the first painting that kind of maybe captured that much emotion, or I don't know enough about art to know.
Yeah,
but I feel like it represents a lot of progress in how we paint, in how paintings of people happen.
I think if you need all that backstory behind a bit of work, it doesn't stand on its own.
No, but it does stand on its own. The first person to accurately paint a human face.
There's been more.
Yes, since then.
People made statues.
Okay.
In Greek times.
Maybe you're right. Maybe there's nothing special about the painting.
So if you bought a house.
Wait, who painted again?
Da Vinci.
Yeah, Da Vinci was shit.
Yeah, he's.
You're right, actually. Yeah, Leonardo da Vinci was shit.
Well, this happens.
And you're right.
In 100 years, people might slag off my special. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, actually, what you're doing is by releasing your special, with only Cantonese
Yeah.
titling and no mention of your own name.
Yeah.
What you're doing is you're playing to future generations who will be dominated by China and speak only Mandarin and Cantonese.
This is my point. In 30 years, I'm going to blow up.
In 30 years, our grandchildren will stumble upon your special like it is a lost painting.
Yeah. But if you bought a house and you walked in, the old woman who owned it died.
Okay.
She has a horrible old cat with one eye. You're planning on getting rid of the cat.
Okay, can I keep her body to do what I want with it?
You can do yes, that's part of the deal.
Okay, good. That's part of the deal. Wouldn't that be really if you bought a house?
You negotiated with her son, and he was fine with it.
Okay, yeah, I'll buy the house, but I'd like your mother's body. Wait, what? I just have some things I've always wanted to try with a dead body, and I think if I get the chance to get a house and do that and get it out of the way, that way I don't have to create a dead body because that urge comes up sometimes and I push it down. I don't know how long I can push it down for, but the real end goal is just to have time with a dead body. So if I have time with a dead body, I don't have to kill any of our neighbors.
Yeah.
And the guy would be like, you know what? My mom was a very giving person, very loving. She loved this old cat. And actually, I'll give you her body. You could just be gentle with it and don't have sex with it. And I'd say, I can't promise that, but it's not my first plan.
So, would you, if you saw the painting on the wall, would you go,
oh, wait, there's a
"That's good"?
painting.
Yeah, it's the Mona Lisa. I just wanted to ask
sorry,
you whether you'd keep it in a house you bought. Now you're not
I just
having sex with a dead old person.
No, I said I'm not going to have sex with an old lady. Whatever happens.
Promised.
Listen, if the mood overtakes us, but it's not the plan, but
yeah.
I'm just saying, I probably wouldn't actually notice the painting
mood
of the wall.
overtakes us.
Yeah, I probably
As
would.
if she's got to say
I
it.
probably wouldn't notice the painting on the wall because of my new girlfriend.
Would you go, that's a good painting? To me, it seems like an old, creepy face, and I think I'd throw it in the bin and not realise.
Guy, you'd be man in the guy in the paper. Man throws away Mona Lisa.
Yeah.
Deemed fucking idiot by everyone.
And I'd say, I regret nothing.
Yeah. I'm still obsessed with that guy who's got 150 million. Well, probably less now because Bitcoin's tanked. But the guy has like 100 million at least in crypto.
Yeah.
But he put it on a hard drive and he threw the hard drive away and now it's in a dump. I'm obsessed with that guy.
Oh, yeah.
And once a year he goes, hey guys, can I please dig up the dump? I want to get my 100 million. And the people are like, I'm sorry, due to regulations, we can't let you dig up the dump. And he's like, but my hard drive is rotting in your dump and there's $100 million on it. And I just need my Bitcoin. And they're like,
so
no,
horrible.
we're sorry. If I was him, I don't know how he hasn't just got a machine gun and a fucking backhoe and went for it. Like I would just be like, I'm going to wipe these people out. By the time anyone notices, I'm going to be arrested while digging.
I'd hire some mercenaries, ex-soldiers,
Yeah.
Yeah. But then, here's me trashing the Mona Lisa. It's better than an NFT, isn't it?
I don't. Well,
back when people used to pay. Actually, the background of it's quite nice.
But I don't think you necessarily even understand what an NFT is. An NFT is just a
picture of art.
But there could be an NFT of the Mona Lisa.
Probably is, and it'll probably be crap. There's someone actually painted this.
Okay, yeah, but it would. But that would it would be the exact same image. It would be the same image.
Yeah, but it's not the real thing.
No, it's not the real thing. But that doesn't matter. If there was a clone of you. And he was on the podcast, I wouldn't say this isn't the real Red. I'd say, ooh, this clone actually is cool because it doesn't have any human rights, so I can do whatever I want to it.
What I'm trying to say is that...
And then I'd kill it, and then I'd get time with another body.
People at least tried to paint, That's a good thing.
Okay. So you're saying to Leonardo da Vinci, you're saying, hey, good effort.
Don't
thanks
hate
for
yourself
painting.
too much.
Thanks for painting Da Vinci, but it's still shit. But thanks for trying.
It's not shit. It's just creepy, and it's an ugly face. Do you not think?
No, I think it's all right.
It's a horror show, I thought. And I just find it creepy. If you woke up and turned the light on, you could hear a noise and you just saw that painting. You go, ah!
Yeah.
But maybe that's the point.
Is that what you look for in a painting? Something where you turn the lights on?
No, I don't want to go, I want to go, Like a nice beach with a man pushing a boat out.
Okay.
Sun in the sky. Cocktail.
But what if what you don't know is that that painting is his father going on a boat, and then he drowned an hour later. So actually, it's just a memory of the last time he saw his father. So to you, it's a happy painting. To that man, it's actually the saddest thing he's ever painted.
Well, that's the problem with life,
Yeah.
Everyone, to some people, Bryan Adams' song is great. To others, they,
You see the Mona Lisa as an ugly painting. I see it as a woman where if she happened to die and I got to spend some time with her body, I'd have a good time.
Wow.
Do you know about the theory that the Mona Lisa was a self-portrait by Leonardo da Vinci?
What? And he looked like an ugly woman.
Yeah, of himself as a woman.
Oh, I didn't know that. Well, lucky because he doesn't look that good as a don't know what he looked like.
Is
as
there
a
any
man.
proof of that, Jody?
Lillian Schwartz of Bell Labs suggests that the Mona Lisa is actually a self-portrait. She supports this theory with the results of a digital analysis of the facial features of the woman in the painting and those of the famous portrait of a man in red chalk, which is a self-portrait of himself.
But it also, adversely, it could have been his cousin.
It could have been.
You know what I mean? Like, it's more. I would say it's more likely that it's a family member than he also just painted his trans self. But maybe he did.
Could have done. Does he? Because it's always looking at you, isn't it? The eyes, no matter where you move the Mona Lisa, the eyes follow you around. And the thing is, look, the reason it's amazing because it's been around and everyone's looked at it.
What if we found out that Da Vinci was trans and what he meant was your trans self was always looking at you? That's the modern interpretation of the Mona Lisa,
could be it.
And you think it's disgusting. Well,
No,
we've stumbled upon some transphobia in this podcast. I think, Red Richardson, you just agreed with everything I said.
Right.
You agreed with the logical conclusion that you think Leonardo da Vinci's trans self, his most authentic self, the guy fucking painted the helicopter hundreds of years before there was ever a helicopter. He painted all the fucking great works of art, the ceiling of that fucking church, and you think he's disgusting of who he wants to be? You fucking pig. You fucking pig. Let's move on.
Let's
from this.
move on.
That is horrible.
Adolf Hitler.
There we go. You're a contemporary at this point.
Adolf Hitler.
Vegetarian. You eat meat worse than Hitler.
Yeah, I used to be a vegetarian.
Yeah. And then you thought, wait, I'm not killing enough.
No, I need more. Adolf Hitler moved from Vienna to Munich.
Yeah. Was that when he quit art school?
Yeah, so goes from Austria and moves to Germany. And this is when he properly starts. He joins the army the year later.
Do you know that's the one thing I find the hardest to get over? He wasn't from Germany and they let him lead.
Yeah, but
Like-
what they considered, he always thought Austria is part of Germany.
Well, he had to think that.
Well, yeah.
For a sales pitch of like why I should lead your
Oh,
country.
yeah, of course.
Yeah, he had to say, I really think Austria's part of Germany. Like, yeah, but like, I do know that if like a Canadian psycho moved to America and he was like, guys, yeah, I'm Canadian and I want no immigration. I want to kill a bunch of people. But I should be in charge. They'd be like, yeah, but you're Canadian. He'd be like, I think Canada's part of America.
Yeah.
I don't imagine that working as a sales pitch because of America's strong national identity. So it's interesting to me.
Well, he believed that it was part of that.
Yes,
Yeah.
He believed
But
everything was part of Germany.
German people.
He believed everything was part of Germany.
A lot of
though.
German people believe that as well. Like Austria were very receptive to, and even you see with Poland, they come into there's not much resistance at all.
Well, there was some resistance. There was guys on horses running at tanks. It just didn't go the way they wanted.
Not quite good. Yeah.
No.
No, they were welcoming them on the horse.
Well, yes. yeah.
But like, so with Austria, when he went in this zero, they were up for it.
Yeah.
Austrian people were up for it. But this is him on a train. Imagine being on that train with Hitler, and he goes, "Just leave my old life behind. Who knows what the future holds?"
Can I buy one of your paintings? That's what I'd say.
No, he's probably thrown them all away.
Yeah.
Because everyone's into shit like the Mona Lisa.
You're blaming the Mona Lisa for the Holocaust.
Yes, I
now.
am. That's exactly what I'm doing now.
Red Richardson blames trans woman for the Holocaust. Trans woman Leonardo da Vinci is the cause of Hitler's actions hundreds of years later.
And people just respected Hitler a bit more. But yeah, it's just such a weird, just the fact that, imagine just Hitler moves in next door, like this new guy is a bit intense.
There must have been hundreds of people because, I'm sure Hitler killed anybody who had, secrets about him, right? Or kept them close, one of the two.
Killed.
But there must have been people who just, had, a couple casual interactions, but then, that was it. There's no, Facebook or...
Yeah. There'd be loads of people.
So they just drift away from each other, and they'd be like, I met him once.
Yeah.
They'd be like, what? Yeah. He's fucking weird.
Yeah. No, completely. He, it's like with Kanye now. It's that Bill Burr does that great bit on if you say anything Kanye says in a German accent, he sounds like Hitler. But he's become that, really, pro Hitler. But it's a weird. So Because there is a like movement where in the 70s people would draw swastikas. They're like, we're punks. And you know what I mean? Like, I think Kanye thinks he's doing that right now. It's like, this is the most.
I don't know.
No, you think he's genuinely just like.
Well, it's just thoughts. They're just like, he has dumb thoughts.
Yeah.
He just listened to this guy and thinks these are good ideas. I don't think. I don't know what his perception of what's happening is.
Yeah.
I doubt it's like. I think he just sees the world as attacking him, so he's fighting back. But actually, no one's attacking him.
No.
They're just reacting normally.
It's the biggest fall from grace I think I've ever seen.
I'd say it's quite normal for most businesses to pull away from their business partner when their business partner starts advocating the actions of a man who committed a genocide.
Of course.
That's quite normal if you're like we sell shoes. And yes, Adidas was started by the Nazis, but it's been a while.
Yeah.
It's been a while.
Volkswagens are good cars. I hate to say it. You ever driven a Golf TDI?
I love
brilliant.
Volkswagens, yeah.
But yeah, it's more. I was listening to this guy this guy wrote an article on what it's like to work at UZ, and it sounds like hell. He'll be like, he moves the office like once every 3 weeks. It's like, right, everyone leave. I hate it here. And they're like, what? And then they've all got to move. And then he's like, right, everyone has to move to Wyoming. And they're like, no. We live in LA. We're not going to come fucking live on your ranch, you psychopath. But yeah, so this is the year before Hitler joins the army.
Okay.
First World War. Weirdly, so when the war was announced, huge celebrations in the street. And Hitler always said, I was there celebrating when the First World War got announced as a proof of his like patriotism. I don't know why they lost. You know what I mean? But someone actually found Hitler in Munich celebrating, and they managed. There's thousands of people there, and they managed to find his horrible little face.
Is this like when he was
leader?
Yeah.
Someone went, oh, he actually did.
Well, who knows?
Yeah, but apparently Hitler was really brave in the First World War.
Yeah, he was a
I
good
read his
soldier.
memoir. No, I'm joking. No, everyone said he was fucking weird.
You read Mein Kampf.
Yeah. That's ridiculous. That's not a book. He needed a bloody script editor on that one, I tell you. With you know the old story of everyone played football on that Christmas Day.
Yeah, Flanders Fields.
Yeah, and
people tell that like it's a nice story.
But the myth,
and they went back to fucking killing each other.
It's like they played football for an hour, and you're like, yeah.
They could have just kept playing football. There wasn't a
Why
problem.
didn't they just stop? But like.
You made them keep fighting each other. Some of them tried to rebel, and you fucking decimated people. That gets left out. There was decimations in the Russian army and everything. You know, do you know what decimation really means?
No, what? It means to destroy something and completely
that's
get rid of it.
No. Dec meaning 10.
10.
So what they do is they'll have 10 soldiers, and it's
Mm.
usually if there's a rebellion brewing, they get 10 soldiers. They make them draw straws. They make them pick one person. And then they make 9 of them kill the one.
Why?
To fucking stop a rebellion.
Oh.
That's how you stop a rebellion, because they say...
Well, that made me want to rebel. I go, you just made me kill Jody.
Yeah, but they sit there with guns pointed at them, and they make 9 of them kill one, and it's a way to make them a part of the home team again. And it fucking works.
That's scary.
Yeah, so they decimated the Russian army. I'm just saying,
well,
they could have just kept kicking.
But the story from the football is that one man didn't play, and that man's name was Adolf Hitler.
Wouldn't play.
But it's a myth, you know what I mean? They're just like, it's like when people make up myths like that about Hitler, it's like, hey, we've already got the Holocaust. We don't need he was a miserable footballer. You know what I mean? Like, like we've got enough.
Yeah, and people always talk about like the genocide. The war killed a lot of people. Like war on its own is also awful.
Killed loads of people. It's like there was one man who refused to tip. And that man's name was Idi Amin. And you're like, we don't need it. We don't need the anecdotes, you know?
Yeah.
Hitler's like, it's fine. His resume of horrible shit is fine. Him sitting at a football game, you don't need to make that up.
Also, like, I really like he'd just be like, he'd charge in, he'd like pick the ball up. Like, you can't use your hands. Like, he would not know the rules.
No, he wouldn't. He'd be terrible at football. It's funny with dictators, everyone always starts talking about their penises as well. They're always like, yeah, he had this weird dick. Every single time. Napoleon, him, do you know what I mean? Who else is there? Weinstein.
Well, weirdly, we know what Trump's dick is like now, too.
Why?
Because of Stormy Daniels. She described it.
Yeah, and what did she say?
I think she said like mushroom, like big fat, big old.
I don't believe that.
You don't believe it? What do you think?
It's perfect.
You think Trump's got a perfect cock?
Yeah. It's yeah. No, I don't know. But it's always what people go for, isn't it? Yeah, well, it's like, they killed 8 million people. Yeah, he had a tiny dick. Like, what does that matter? In the grand scheme of what they did,
And all the people with tiny dicks are just like, okay, well,
Okay,
you don't
yeah,
have to put them in our club.
This is really annoying because now everyone thinks I'm going to kill everyone
Yeah.
because of my tiny willy. Aldi opens in Essen, Germany. So, Hitler's doing his thing, but Aldi's also been started. So not all bad that year.
You like Aldi?
No, I've never been in.
You've never been in Aldi?
No. No,
Wait.
I don't think I must have been in. Of course I have. But, there's not one in my area. We've got a Lidl.
Yeah.
We've got Lidl, Co-op, Morrison's.
Is Audi a car also?
No, Aldi is a car.
I thought that's what you were saying.
No, Aldi, the stores. Aldi.
Oh, I thought you were saying Audi.
I don't know why I've even mentioned this because I have no Aldi anecdotes.
You've never been in one.
No, I've never been in one. I don't really care about the store. I'm sure our listeners don't give a fuck that in 1913 Aldi opened. So
No, this is the kind of research I was talking about at the beginning, though.
yes,
Red.
no.
You had two. You started with two good ones.
I guarantee you, someone's listening right now, and they're like, they've got a quiz tonight, and this will be the
What
question.
year?
1913
Yeah.
Aldi. So if you're ever in a quiz, and that comes up, 1913.
Somehow Red's gonna blame it for World War One.
Like, no, I just made someone money. I probably did. Well, we can move on from that. Joseph Stalin was arrested by Russian secret police. See, this is more like it. Arrested by Russian secret police, the Okhrana, in Petrograd and exiled to Serbia. So Stalin got arrested loads as when he was a
Yes, we've talked Stalin before.
yeah
and I
naughty
gotta
boy.
say, fun guy.
No, not fun at all. Horrible little man. He used to be a poet before he turned
I noticed
into
the difference between how you talk about Hitler and Stalin.
What? Hitler was...
You speak of Hitler with adoration.
No, I don't.
And you
Stop
speak
trying to spin.
with
You're
Stalin
trying to
with
basically make
hatred.
out I'm a Nazi who hates trans people on this
No,
episode.
I'm just saying you blamed a possible trans woman for the rise of the Holocaust, and now you're saying Stalin was a bad guy.
Stalin was an awful man. But
His wife did kill herself.
and
It could have affected his mental health.
Yeah, that might have been it.
She also did kill herself because of the genocide he was committing at the time.
I didn't know she killed herself.
Famine. Yeah, it didn't get out till
There's
the
so many
90s.
horrible stories about him. So he had this pianist who used to play for him, and Stalin was like, "Oh, you're brilliant," da da da. And the pianist said, my brother is in a fucking prisoner or death camp, basically gulag. Can you please can you do me a favor and get him out?" And I think it was this lady, and he then walked away and had her killed because he's just like, "Don't ever ask me stuff," And she paid for him loads and was like, his favourite pianist. So he's just a piece of... Hey, can you hear the dog barking?
Yeah, you can.
It's
This is
fine.
why I'm getting a snake.
You think someone's at the door?
Probably. It might be Netflix, Bobby. Sorry, we tried to reach you by email, but we had to come knock. Would you like a deal? But yeah, so Stalin kept getting arrested, and he kept getting sent to these gulags and prisons and stuff. And they do the Tsar would have his men just execute people at random, like you were saying, to keep everyone scared and stuff like that. And so they go into prisons. Anyone who was a rebel, round them up, and they'd shoot 100 of them.
Yeah.
And Stalin, apparently, on 13 occasions, was picked to not be shot just randomly. So easily could have been killed. Should have been killed. Yeah, I read the book, The Young Stalin, which is a good read. But he used to, hitch a lift with people on their sleighs and just stick a knife to their neck and go, "Take me here." Very determined, kept getting imprisoned, gets out. The rest is history.
The best thing about going to prison 100 years ago is you get out of prison, you move to a new place. You're no longer an ex-con.
no
You're
one knows
just
you
a
are.
man.
No one can be
So
on
much-
your Facebook going, "This guy's a piece of shit."
So much easier to be a criminal
Of course, you just leave.
100 years ago. Now, It's so hard
Yeah.
to just commit crime after crime.
Well, like, how would anyone even know? You just shave your mustache off and go to a new place.
Yeah.
With a different look and a different name.
Yeah.
How do you get... Like, I was listening to the thing about the Wild West the other day. It's like, he came into town, he'd done 3 murders, and you're like, but how do you know?
Yeah.
Why don't you just, if you're in Vegas, go to fucking Washington?
Or you change your voice, because people like, he has a deep voice, and go, hello,
Hello, how are you?
I haven't killed anyone.
I'm a little girl. I think you get arrested then.
Yeah.
They go, this little girl's creepy.
Yeah, creepy girl.
Looks like a man.
Yeah, what else? I really, yeah, Stalin's wife did. She killed herself.
She killed
because
herself.
He was committing genocide.
Yeah,
She was mad.
bad. Have you seen The Death of Stalin?
Yeah.
I've heard it's a great film. But what, so from, where is it, when Lenin died, I think like 22 to 55, he just fucking has this reign of terror. Or is it 56? When did Stalin die, Jody? But what's funny is these days people are like, yeah, Lenin was sick. And it's like, no, he's a fucking mass murderer as well. He just died before the great majority of it. Like, he killed like 500,000 Cossacks. You know what I mean? It's just this crazy. And like, left-wing people in this country will still use the hammer and sickle and think it's like a fine symbol. And you're like, no, it's not. Like, everyone wants healthcare and stuff like that, but change your logo. You know, everyone wants free healthcare and billionaires to pay tax. Yeah, but we want billionaires to pay tax and stuff like that. But if you're going to go around being like, I'm a progressive, get rid of the fucking hammer and sickle and stop posting about like Che Guevara and Lenin and fucking, because they're all murderers.
The left-wing people. I remember I read a study somewhere and it's like most people want the super rich. I'm not even talking about 1 million. Listen, I might have 1 million. I don't want to pay a lot of tax.
Yeah.
Not right now, but I might get 1 million.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
I might get
That's
1 million.
the plan.
I'm not talking about 1 million. I'm talking about like
Billion.
100 million.
No, 100 million.
Those people.
Yeah.
Everyone wants them to pay more.
Of course.
And it's like, if you want to win, that's a great thing to run on.
Of course. But just the reason they won't win is because they can't get rid of this old, like, marks and things that are like hundreds of years old now, and the fucking genocides that happen in the name of communism across the world.
It's not even communism. It's just a tax system that's similar to what most places had in the 70s. That's all it is. It's just going back. Oh, we got a bit out of hand in the last couple decades. Let's rein it back to how it used to be. That's
all
all
I'm saying is these things did happen under communism, and it's like, change the logos and the names if you want to fucking win, because actually you're like, fuck the Tories, but Lenin's a great guy, and you're like, you don't read a book. You know what I mean? Like, you don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, Keir Starmer stays away from all that shit.
Yeah.
He's keeping his head down.
But like Stalin he's like Lenin's boy. It's like, what makes you think if Lenin hadn't died, it wouldn't have gone as absolutely dreadfully wrong as it did? And so what I'm trying to say is someone in the prison should have shot Stalin when they had the chance.
But also that story of him surviving 13 random things.
Yeah.
He would have... That comes from him, I'm assuming.
Yeah, he knows what he's doing.
So I don't know
he's really
how
good at not getting shot.
reputable that story is, though. Is what I'm saying.
Well, no, it's from his book, Simon Sebag Montefiore.
Well, what's his source? His source is Stalin himself.
No, he would go back and... Because there's still people...
Records.
Records. They couldn't completely... Because before the fucking Iron Curtain, which is another thing, it's like, yeah, everyone wants free healthcare, but the hammer and sickle is basically gulags, lack of freedom of expression. You can't make anything slightly critical of your government. Like, that's not cool. You know what I mean? Like, that's bad. But before the Iron Curtain, he couldn't fully, like... It's like North Korea's managed to close off to the world to such an extent, whereas with the Tsar and stuff like that, who were terrible people, the kings were terrible, but there's still record of this sort of thing, because he wasn't the ruling power. Like Kim Jong-un, it's been that way since 1940, and they were fairly closed off, He's from this town where the kids had to fight each other from a young age, and it was like fighting was the thing. So there are records of what he was like. He was a poet.
But when you say he was a poet, like...
Well, he wrote poems.
I'd like to hear one.
Yeah,
Could you maybe...
Should we get one?
Read me one
Stalin
of Stalin's poems. I don't want people to think like, oh, we're reading Stalin's poetry. We're advocating Stalin's poetry. I just, like any frustrated artist, it should have been encouraged.
Old Ninika. Our Ninika has grown old. His hero's shoulders have failed him. How did this desolate grey hair To the moon, move tirelessly. Do not hang your head. To Raphael. Is this loads of different poems? I can't work it out.
The problem with poetry translated is maybe it rhymed in Russian.
Okay, well, here's one. What ails you, tender snail? No. Fucking no, sorry. What ails you, tender snail?
Red, you said you were going to get glasses. Why are you holding the computer so close to your
Because
fucking
I need glasses. Because I haven't got glasses. Well, I haven't gotten them. Maybe you need glasses because you can't see I haven't got them.
I do need glasses.
I'm
but
trying
not
to
as
read
bad as
Stalin's
you.
poem.
Okay, read it.
What ails you,
Wait,
tender
what's it
snail?
called, the poem?
The Stalin variations. I don't know. Fucking whatever. The Colorado. No, that's just the website. It doesn't matter what it's called. It's about the words. What ails you, tender snail?
Okay.
Is that now? At the last? I, an anti-saint, still sit like a red stain on a sail. I have lain with the ants, so men may think my bones fill some null set, but my lists and my anger linger. It's very angry stuff. It goes on for ages. I'm sure it's just him being pissed off.
So you've stopped the poem now.
I've stopped.
I didn't know if that was in the poem or not.
It's fucking long. I don't really
I get the gist of it.
Oh, mother, many a time, with his hyena sickle swinging, bare-chested at the end of the... It's just angry shit, and his mum's involved in it. His mum was shagged everyone, and his dad used to beat him up. The classic.
Psychopath.
The classic psycho.
Yeah.
Yeah. Same with Jeremy Corbyn. I'm just kidding. But yeah, it's a good book if you read it. You want to check that out. But a real piece of shit. And that's all I have to say on him.
Wow.
If anyone was on the fence about Stalin before today, I mean, the poems are good.
The poem was barely legible. You didn't know what it was called. And we weren't sure when you were reading the poem and when you weren't.
Okay, sorry. I wasn't ad-libbing.
You did ad-lib in the middle
Let's
of the poem.
move on. 1913 Romanian Army Cholera outbreak. So
wait, is the computer close enough to your face?
Yeah, of course it is. The Romanian army suffered. So they basically had a war with Bulgaria in 1913.
The
War's
famous
bad.
Romanian-Bulgaria war, of course.
War's bad. Balkan Wars of 1912 and 13. War is already bad. We can all agree on that. Throw cholera in the mix. You're looking at a pretty shit time.
That's what happens when you get cholera.
You're just so ill.
You just said it's really bad,
yeah,
like you know what it is.
Of course I do. You're just so
you
ill.
You said cholera is really bad.
You know when you get like
you know
the flu.
exactly what happens when you get cholera.
I do.
I'm
you
just
just
curious
feel
what happens
sick.
when
You're
you
like,
get cholera.
I got cholera. Fucking
Okay, and
so annoying.
What would happen to your body?
You just be like, so it's a diarrheal illness, I believe I heard somewhere, caused by the infection of the intestine with Vibrio cholerae bacteria, I think if I remember correctly. Okay, so illness, symptoms of cholera, basically, profuse watery diarrhea, sometimes described as rice water stools, vomiting, thirst, leg cramps, restlessness or irritability. So basically, rapid heart rate, loss of skin elasticity, dry mucous membranes, low blood pressure. So you're sitting in a fucking trench at war with Bulgaria. Who knows why? You know, you're just a 17-year-old, and suddenly it's like, right, we're all sick as well.
I don't know if I thought trench warfare only first developed in the First World War.
Well, this is just before. Maybe they went in trenches. Maybe they were sat on a hill. Either way, you could be in a 5-star hotel in Thailand and having cholera is crap then.
No, I'm not saying it's not. I'm just trying to picture the scene. And then
no one had dug a pit before.
And did people die of cholera then?
Of course they die of cholera. It's cholera. So it's really bad.
Okay, and then, so how many people died of cholera then?
Wait a sec.
You
Out of the approximately 400,000 Romanian soldiers who entered Bulgaria during the war, it's estimated there may have been 11,500. So 1,600 died. Which isn't actually... What? Why has this got its own entry in Wikipedia?
Well, it's a lot if you pile them up.
It is a lot,
You can say it's not that many.
I mean, if it happened now, you go, that's...
Well, let's say there were only 3,000 soldiers. That's half a 9/11.
There was 400,000 soldiers. It is half a 9/11. But it's 0.01% of a Holocaust.
Okay, yeah, true.
Exactly.
True.
So... I don't know. I don't know why it's got its own blue section on Wikipedia.
Yeah.
But it did, and I brought it in, so that's on me.
What would you... So how do you get cholera though? Is it like
I
through
just told you.
through water?
Yeah, I just said it's a diarrheal illness caused
A
by infection of
diarrheal.
the intestine.
Diarrheal?
Yeah, they swallow food or water contaminated with cholera bacteria. So I
Okay.
said this ages ago.
But could you
Mm.
could you give someone cholera?
Yeah, and I'm sure if you went and spat in someone's mouth,
I think
which is what happened.
I have a new
There
strategy.
was two lovers in the army.
I have a new strategy for getting you and Jody to drink less of my drinks when you come over.
What, get cholera.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Mate,
get cholera back
I'm not
here.
going to come here if you've got cholera.
No, it's not. I don't have cholera. Some of the cans of Fanta in the fridge have cholera. Drink them.
I'll just say, yeah.
Drink them if
Okay.
you wish. Yeah, it's a 1 in 10 chance to get cholera.
Bobby's got cholera, so I'm not drinking anything at his house. I was going to mention, because I read in Stalin's book that he used to just go to people's houses and he'd just raid their fridges and stuff.
That's what
without
you
asking.
do.
And I nearly brought it up, and I was like, actually, I did that with the Fanta today. Bobby said, do you want a Fanta? I was like, I've already got one, thanks. Yeah. But I just think if you're at war, last thing you need is everyone being sick as well.
That's true, Red.
There probably wasn't much nice.
I wouldn't want to be shot in the head while I shit myself.
Yeah.
That's a bad day. One or the other, I say. Preferably shitting myself. I'd actually prefer that to the.
And you're just lying there and you're like, oh, the enemy's over there and I can't lift my head or I get shot by a sniper. So you just have to just shit your pants.
That would be such a not even top 10 problem, though, at that point.
Why? I don't know. I think it's.
I'd happily shit myself rather than get shot.
Oh, of course.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It wouldn't
But
be.
I mean, just both of them going on. You're like,
It's bad. It's not ideal.
it's not good. You need to feel 100% for war.
So, wait, but who won the war between Bulgaria and Romania?
That's a very good question. And it deserves a very long answer, actually.
Excuse Red while he puts the laptop an inch from his fucking face.
No, I know who won it. I'm just gonna skirt around it for a minute. Come on. I probably merged into World War One. Do you know what I mean? Let's assume that.
You're assuming.
Let's just assume.
Don't assume or you make an ass out of you and me.
Yeah, well, I think we've done that enough on this podcast.
Did I tell you Harriet once said to me, don't presume or you make an ass out of you and me?
That's so funny.
And I was like, that's wrong.
That is so funny.
It was great. It was one of her best moments.
Oh, they accused the Turkish prisoners of war for the cholera outbreak.
They got blamed. That can't be good for them.
And then the Bulgarian army blamed the Romanian army for its poor hygiene conditions. Treaty of Bucharest was signed. Romania gained southern Perugio from Bulgaria. A few years later, Romania itself suffered numerous cases of cholera as a result of its participation in the First World War. So merged in, then they end up getting cholera. And probably shouldn't have said that the Bulgarians were unhygienic. Or the Romanians, sorry. Wait, Bulgarians, actually. Yeah, shouldn't have said that.
It's a cholera one in the end.
Cholera always wins, Jody.
Yeah.
That's what I don't think anyone realises.
Yeah.
Has anyone gotten cholera recently?
I think people still get it. It's not like an eliminated disease.
I think it's still out there.
Because we drink less dirty water, yeah.
Last outbreak in the UK, 1893. That's pretty fucking good.
That's
Good
yeah, Red's
work.
proud of himself.
Good work, UK.
Red's proud of his nation for not having cholera.
I love this country. Cholera-free zone.
This tiny, dying island that only profits off of hiding dirty money and selling weapons.
No, we profit off a lot. Adele. Haiti, not looking good. 820. Fucking hell, that's not good. 820,000 cases of cholera, including 9,790 deaths.
Recently.
Reported between October 10 and February 2019.
Okay,
Fuck.
that's bad.
They must have gotten corona and gone, yeah.
Yeah.
And fucking hell. Well, stay safe out there, guys, because there's still some pretty nasty illnesses going around, and you don't want to get one. Death Valley, California, hits 134 Fahrenheit, which is 56.7 degrees Celsius, the all-time highest temperature recorded on Earth, though its validity has been challenged. And in 2020, a temperature of 54.4 Celsius was recorded at the same location, which is the world's highest ever.
Okay.
I didn't know California got that hot.
I think it's just this one specific
Death
part.
Valley.
Yeah, Death Valley. That might be why it has that name.
Yeah, I wouldn't go there.
No.
There's something in the name, but can you imagine how fucking hot that would be? We should do a live record in Death Valley.
Okay.
Yeah. And just see what happens.
You ever it'd be like being in an oven.
I'm just going to Google what Death Valley looks like. I'm assuming there's not many trees.
I'm guessing it looks like a desert.
Yeah, I think. Oh, you're right.
And a valley, maybe.
Yeah,
Actually, it is. It's a valley, and it's fucking
a desert
sand.
valley. Yeah. What are the odds?
It looks pretty good. You can do a road trip through it.
Okay.
Imagine breaking down. What we should do is do a live record in an old car without any aircon.
Okay.
And just see what the hell happens. And try and do it on limited petrol, so the chances of us breaking down are massive.
Yeah, we'll call it Traumatic Podcast. Every episode we'll go to a place.
We'll do,
record an episode while something awful is happening.
Yeah, but the podcast is so mundane. So we'll, like, talk about, like, our favourite... the snack podcast, so we talk about our favourite crisp, but we do it in locations like Kiev.
Yeah.
in the savannah. We're talking about walkers. Jodie's getting ripped to pieces by a hyena.
I just imagine Jody being killed by hyenas.
That's who would get him. 100% the hyenas would pick him off.
Jody, yeah, because remember, Red, you don't have to be faster than the bear.
Yep, you just got to be faster than the slowest person.
That might be Jody.
That might be you, Jody. How are you in heat, Jody?
And not good in heat, not good in cold.
That's great.
That's most weather.
That's a great situation to be in. Catch him in spring, brilliant.
Just to make sure that Jody's the slowest of the group, we'll take his Thyroxin and leave him at home.
Well, then more than 300 people live
really
in Death
tired.
Valley, so they're just out there in the heat. But it's interesting that, like, now we haven't quite beaten that record, but it is getting there, which is not a good sign. The world is getting hotter. Cholera is on the rise.
Well, it's not on the rise.
The Mona Lisa is overrated as a painting and is the reason behind the Holocaust.
No, you blamed the trans woman who painted it. That was your...
Yeah. And Lidl, Aldi still stands strong. 109 years later, outlived Hitler. Well done, Aldi.
I have nothing else to offer, Red.
I think we've just done it. I think we've done it again. Please sign up for the Patreon, because it's even better than this.
What I love, Red, is that just at the end you summed up every topic that we covered in minutiae, in very specific detail, making it impossible for Jody to edit anything out.
Well, why would, if they've been left out, who knows? Maybe they'll be on the bonus episode.
Jody,
who knows?
Jody, don't feel stressed to leave all the rambling in.
It's okay. There's a lot of good stuff in there today. I'll see you guys next week, and please keep an eye out for my show and share it with people. If you feel inclined, you could write, "This is the Mona Lisa of stand-up comedy."
You haven't even...
in the comments.
Yeah.
I'm not sure it's going to be called yet.
You'll have to learn Cantonese.
Yes, and you'll have to learn Chinese.
Okay. Well,
Cantonese is Chinese. I'm just breaking it and make it easier for them to understand.
It's not a language, but...
What?
Well, Chinese.
Yeah, no, but then we go, oh, he's speaking Chinese. You know, people do say that.
Okay.
It's said.
Oh, and thank you to our super genius patrons, Matthew, Spencer. If you're still out there, we love you.
And join us for Your Year Was, the bonus Patreon episode where we go to a year in your history and have a look at it. Bye.
Bye.
Now that is how you broadcast.
You can't get silence. It's when you go like this. It's like, what are you doing, please?
I need glasses. I drive. That was another episode of The Year Is. Thank you very much for listening. Please like and subscribe. Leave us a review. It all helps. I'd like to thank our producer, Jody. And also I'd like to thank Josh Weller for our intro music and song. It's very catchy. It's very nice. I'm sure you will enjoy it at the beginning. So big thanks for Josh Weller. He's on Instagram at Josh Weller. Josh Weller. Follow him and keep spreading the word of The Year Is. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.